Good morning, water signs. This is meant to resonate for Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. This is for Sun, Moon, and Rising. I do want to just take time out to give a thanks and say I'm very grateful for all my supporters. I love you guys, and I cannot express how grateful I am for you. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button, guys. I appreciate all the support that I get whatsoever. That being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Also, make sure you guys are liking these videos. I'm trying to reach as many people in the collective as possible. But let's go ahead and have the universe place a bubble around me and everybody that tunes into this video. Fill that bubble with bright white lights, 3 golden rings, and violet flames. May it shine so bright that nothing negative may ever attach. Okay. Water signs weekly energy. Okay. Page of Cups, first card out. Okay. Page of Swords, next card out. So there's some movement. Also some messages. 4 of Cups. Okay. Last 2 cards. We end the week with 9 of Wands, and then we had the 2 of Pentacles fall before that. All right, guys. Wow, water signs. My energy was feeling off. Grounding the whole reading is the 9 of Cups. All right, so water signs. There is a storm that you're sitting in right now. The storm is not anything going on outside of you. I feel like there may be situations occurring outside of you, but they're only reflections of the things that have been going on within you. There are a lot of insecurities, a lot of painful moments, a lot of painful experiences and thoughts that are coming up in this present moment. This is a This is a divine time. And these things are coming up for a specific reason. These are mindset, thoughts, behaviors that you've had buried deep within the pits of your consciousness for some years now. They are very heavy. They feel very suffocating. And they feel very just depleting. This is a moment where these things are being brought to the surface. The storm is happening right now because you're needing to be healed. You're being called in this present moment to heal. So this is a message from the divine that there is healing taking place, that there is something bigger than the situation at hand that is happening within you. And that is why the situation is taking place. Those insecurities, those lack of self-esteem, that low self-esteem, that lack of self-confidence, that feeling like you're not going to make it as big as you want to, or that the dreams or goals and visions that you're holding are not going to happen, that's only coming up for you to heal it. Those are not coming up because they're true. They're not wisdom from the divine. It's not, well, they are wisdom from the divine to tell you that the exact opposite is possible and that is ego. At this time, water signs, I feel like you're being called to honor your ego. And when I say honor your ego, I don't mean listen to it. I mean accept that it is what it is. It is there. There's no escaping that part of yourself. There is healing to bring to it, and there's leading it with love, but it is what it is. It's always going to be there. The ego was essentially created to protect us, but as the human mind continues to take over and evolve, the people begin to believe that the human mind is what is leading us, when in all actuality, the heart center, the third eye chakra, those are the leaders. Those are your intuition. That is what guides you. The ego is your mind. The ego is based upon past experiences that lead you to believe that everything is what it is. And the only way that you lead through those past experiences is the ego will say, oh, well, this happened to you in the past, so you got to protect yourself so this never happens again. Granted, I'm not saying do not listen to the lessons of the past, but do not allow the past lessons to block you off from present moment experiences that you are meant to have, and block you off from present circumstances that are trying to make their way into your life. You see, what I'm trying to say is that emotions come from those past experiences that will close us off to the world if we see any warning sign of those. But sometimes the warnings are just within ourselves, that we need to heal this part of us because we're not even allowing things to flow into us naturally. I do hear some of you guys are being very closed off in relationships. Some of you guys are being very closed off to opportunities in finances that could be very lucrative to you, and it's like you're putting yourself out there, but you're not really putting yourself out there. You're just giving enough to say that you gave something, as opposed to actually putting yourself out there and giving your all into whatever is being called for you to do. I'm sorry, I went in on the Page of Cups, but that's the message that's coming into me. The Page of Swords was next. So it's like whatever these messages are, whatever guidance you're receiving, whatever storm you are sitting in this present moment. If you aren't sitting within the storm in this present moment, then I'm not meaning to scare you, but that energy is surrounding you because there are some things within that are needing to be healed. And the only way that they can be healed is if you feel them. The only way you're going to feel them is if you go through them. And if there's situations that are presented to you to make you feel them. The truth of the matter is, pain is what helps us to grow. If we always were in a state of bliss and happiness, then we would never be able to grow and move forward. So there's times when we have to go through those catalysts that shake us up and awaken us. But it's not a bad moment. And some of you guys, like I said, are leaving out of the storm. Some of you guys haven't entered into it. Like, whoever's already in the storm, you're exiting out of it. Whoever hasn't gone through the storm, it will be short-lived. You're going to go through it to heal it. You're going to accept it. You're going to honor it, and you're going to move forward. You're going to move in alignment with your truth. And you're going to accept and honor that this is your truth and that this situation is a part of you, that the ego is a part of you. Those past experiences are a part of you, but those are not meant to block you off for the rest of your life. They're not meant to block you off from the love and abundance that you are meant to receive. They're not meant to keep you close off to the world and feeling like things will never happen that are in alignment with you, because the truth of the matter is they will. And what is for you is already making its way to you. This week, I just see you in this Four of Cups energy. And that's because of the experiences that have been surrounding you. And it's like there's a lot of beauty coming in. So like I said, some of you guys are leaving out of the Four of Cups space, but others of you guys are just now kind of getting into the Four of Cups, and it will be short-lived. The Four of Cups is just saying you're paying attention to the spilled milk. You're paying attention to those areas of your life that honestly they've already happened, so you can't control them. You can't change them, but what you can change is how you move forward. What you can change is how you show up in the world. What you can change is being the being that you came here to be. Being that spiritual being, having this human experience, and honor and accept every situation that comes along. Is just that, a spiritual experience, a human experience. I mean every moment in itself is essentially spiritual because we are spiritual beings, so everything by nature is spiritual. But whatever, we'll get into that another time. Anyways, water signs. Sorry, I was going to say earth signs because your guys' readings are kind of mirroring them. So maybe you have earth in your chart, or you're dealing with an earth sign. You guys are mirroring each other, but definitely go check that reading out. This is just, the Four of Cups is just here because you're crying over spilled milk. It's already passed. And I'm not saying that situations don't matter, because they do. But don't allow your past to take away from your destiny. Don't allow that pain that you felt from the past and from your family and from society and whatever else to be what stops you from having the best future that you can. To be what stops you from going out and finding that love and aligning with unconditional love. Don't allow that past heartbreak or the people that betrayed you or hurt you stop you from, showing up in this world and being who you came here to be, because you didn't come here to sit and play it small. You didn't come here to have an ordinary life. You came here to live an extraordinary life. And so honoring yourself and honoring those feelings is what gets you there. The Two of Pentacles is here. So normally I feel like the Two of Pentacles is about juggling, but right now the only message that's coming to me is that the Two of Pentacles is about you needing to make a decision about what you want your reality to look like. What do you want your reality to be a reflection of? Do you want your reality to be a reflection of your past, or do you want your reality to be a reflection of your healing? I'll say it again. Do you want your reflection to be of your past? Or do you want your reality to be a reflection of your past? Or do you want your reality to be a reflection of your healing? You have those past experiences for a reason, But you need to heal those past experiences for a reason. You take the lessons from them and you carry forward in a new way and carry it to a new day to create what you need to create, to be who you need to be, to show up as this. You know, the Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior card, but he doesn't look wounded to me. He took his marks and he took them standing up. He took those experiences and he utilized them for what they were, to give him the strength to move forward bravely and to make sure that the past experiences don't happen again. But the truth of the matter is, you don't make sure that they don't happen by keeping yourself closed off to the world. You make sure that they don't happen by making sure that the actions and steps that you take are different from the actions and steps that you took in the past. Some of you guys are healing from childhood wounds, and you couldn't do anything in your childhood to change the circumstances that were going on. But what you can do is change the reality that you have right now, because the fact of the matter is, when we become adults, the childhood wounds become our responsibility to heal. So this is about doing that inner childhood work to heal it and move forward, because it already happened and we can't go back. We may never get the apology that we needed from our parents. And guys, I say this with all the love. And everything I preach on this channel is something that I've gone through myself. It's things that I've healed myself. So when you put yourself out there to accept and honor the healing, then you can move forward in a different way. I've gone through a lot of experiences in my childhood. I came from less than favorable circumstances, but I'm here right now, sitting here, breaking generational curses and doing the healing work. And that is what you came here to do too. This generation, these people that incarnated here, we came to change the dynamic of the planet. The collective that I speak to, we came to change the dynamic of this planet. We came to change the dynamic of our family. We came to show the world that love is the only vibration that we need to operate. And the only way for you to do that is to find that love within yourself. And the only way for you to find that love unconditionally within yourself is to forgive your past, to work towards it and realize that those were just moments that had to happen to get you to where you are in this present moment. You feel me? Like this is all healing. Wow. High Priestess came out to clarify the Page of Cups. This is big. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, y'all's reading is precisely mirroring the earth signs. Four of Cups. That's why I was probably called to do y'all back to back, because normally I don't do that. Two of Wands. So now we got two twos on the table. Actually three, because the High Priestess is a two. So 3 twos. This is balance, baby. This is, wow. The Chariot. I'm loving this. The major arcana cards that chose to come out are fucking powerful. And then the Sun card, or sorry, the Sun. The Sun was so bold in it, that's all I paid attention to. The Lovers is what came out. Grounding the reading, Page of Wands. You guys have so many pages here. So there's a lot of spiritual messages coming in, a lot of messages that are in reality that are aligning with your truth. That's all that this is. With the High Priestess coming out to clarify the Page of Cups, this is about you taking those situations and utilizing them in a way that is in alignment with your intuition. So intuitively, if you sit and meditate and align with your higher self and your inner self and thy third eye, you will then be able to break down and discern the meaning of all the situations that come into your life. And once you discover the meaning, I just told earth signs this, once you discover the meaning of things, I'm not saying that it makes it like, oh, la, 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 like you're floating with butterflies, but what does happen is once you realize and understand the meaning behind situations and understand the certain meanings behind everything that's happened in your life, including relationships, including businesses, jobs that you didn't have, once you see the silver lining, so to speak, and that spiritual meaning behind it, it allows you to heal through it and work through it in an easier way. Because finding a why is what every human being seeks. Finding a why is our purpose here, to find why things happen. And the only way for you to truly find why things happen are happening within your life is to tune into your inner High Priestess, which is to meditate, to get out into nature, to get in touch and in tune with thyself, not utilizing outside things to bring that source of fulfillment, not utilizing relationships to bring you happiness, because it'll never work. If you depend on another human being to bring you happiness, it'll always fail. You'll always be unhappy. That's the truth. Like, You have to have your cup full first and then allow whatever energy from the other person to flow in. And if you're looking for a job to bring fulfillment, eventually that job isn't going to make you happy, because you know why? It's an external influence. We're here to find internal happiness, which then leads to eternal happiness. You feel me? Internal happiness, which then leads to eternal happiness. That's why we're here. We're divine beings. And the only thing that needs to be in order is our intuition and loving ourselves. And the way for you to love yourself is to go back and talk to that inner child. Because I feel like a lot of you guys, this is from childhood wounds that you're healing right now. The pain that you're feeling is childhood wounds coming up. And it has to come up for you to heal it. You got to love your little boy or your little girl through that. You got to tell yourself, look in the mirror and say, you know what? This is what I say, Lil Raven, Lil GiGi, you came here and you had those experiences, but you have to move forward now. It's time for you to love and honor yourself and to know that no matter what else happens outside of you, I am always here. I am your parent now. You are stepping in at this present moment to love your inner child and to know that everything that you need is all within. Intuitively, every spiritual experience we had was to heal whatever experiences that came before them, regardless of if they're from this lifetime or from past lifetimes. So it's time for you to get in touch with your intuition and to really meditate and to reflect on why these things are coming up. Because once you know the why, you know how to heal them. The Five of Pentacles is clarifying by the Page of Swords, or clarifying the Page of Swords. So what that is just saying is that you're feeling so out of balance right now, water signs. And it's like, even when good shit starts to happen, excuse my language, guys, but this is what flows. I just flow with it. Even when good shit happens, it's like it's short-lived. And that's only because you're out of balance. And it's like you can't even see which way to go. Everything kind of feels like a fucking fog. So it's like when you're in this space, you can't turn. You don't know if the turn is the turn or if it's not. And you question and you doubt it and you move it back and forth. And it's because you're needing to sit. Calm thyself, calm thy thoughts, and trust and know that everything in this present moment that is taking place for you happened for a reason. And when you're able to discover and discern that reason, you're able to realize that you are thy high priestess and you are the person that is doing the healing and you are the person that is going to transform your life and transform the generations to come. Because the shit that's going on, a lot of us, you guys, it is childhood wounding, but it's also generational. It's like curses that are from our family ties. And this is crazy because I was just talking to my brother about this. Like, I do feel like the generation of my family right now that is incarnated, we came here to heal the dynamic of our family and to do something different. Our family is very dysfunctional, and I'm sure there's a lot of families that are like that. But us, we all came here to change the dynamic of that, to move this, to shift the name of our family and to shift the energy of our family and to bring a new space and dynamic to our family so that our children and their children and their children's children live in a different dynamic. And we can do that. That's the thing. They say that one person can't change the world, but they can. When you honor thy truth, you're standing up to help change the world, and each energetic shift that takes place within one person changes and shifts a piece of the energy of the collective. So every piece of the puzzle makes sense. One person can change the world. It takes one person to stand up and rise above thy circumstances, to awaken, to then shift so many other people, and it's the domino effect. Keeps going and going and going and going and going. So don't play any of your shifts small. Don't play any of the things that you're experiencing in this present moment small. Feel through these moments and feel through this pain. Feel through whatever life circumstances is throwing at you and realize that you can bring the balance that you need to bring within this if you take a step back, meditate, reflect, and realize thy why. Realizing thy why helps you realize thyself and helps you realize how to heal and handle it. So let it flow. Two of Wands is here, clarifying that Four of Cups. There's some inner children, like inner childhood wounds that are needing to be healed. Because you don't want to pass the scars of your childhood down to your children. Then they're going to pass those scars down to their children. And the cycles continue. That is why we had the experiences that we had. Most likely, a lot of the people that's parents raised them weren't healed themselves and they weren't conscious of it. So if you're not conscious of your wounds, you're going to pass those wounds down to your children, and it all goes on and on and on until someone stands up and breaks the cycle. So right now you're being yelled at by the ancestors. That's why I'm so hyped, because the ancestors are yelling at you to stand up and break the cycles, break the curses of your family, break the cycles. Realize that you have the power to change the dynamic of your life, and to then change the dynamic of your children's life, like I said, and then their lives, and then their lives, and not even just your own family, but every shift you make, you consciously help another person make another shift. You change the energetic field of the entire collective. So the energy of the healing that you're doing right now is not small. That's why it feels like this. That's why you're in that storm. That's why you're crying. That's why you're sad. That's why you're heavy. You're shifting big shit. You're not shifting nothing small. It's nothing small. It's not. You are allowed to scream. Go outside. I hear y'all need to go on a mountaintop. If you have access to the mountains or a fucking big hill, even if you don't, go stand on your bed when you're home by yourself and scream. Get it out of you. Whatever it is, get it out. Scream, dance. And I feel movement, like free yourself. Free yourself to feel, free others. Free thyself to free others. You're changing the dynamic of this planet and of your family and of yourself and of your own life. And if that feels too big for you, then just start with thyself. Because the more you heal yourself, that's the only place you can start, to be real with you. The more you heal thyself, everything else outside of you becomes a reflection of your inner peace. You may attract those energies of the lower vibrations, but that's because they see your light, and that's because they see that you have the capability of healing them and of helping them. Lead by example. Don't allow your energy to be sucked or drained, because that's what you did in the past. But don't become so trapped in the past that you don't even move forward. You just stagnate. You have the decision. And literally, the Chariot comes out. This is a week of movement. This is a week of realizing and making the decision to your ancestors that you want your life to be a reflection of the healing of your past and not just of your past. You want your life to be a reflection of everything that you are, not everything that you were built upon. You feel me? Like, you are not your experiences. You are you. You are a divine being. You are your soul. Those experiences were just lessons. They're just books that you read. They're just wisdom that you had to incur. I don't even know if that's a word. It's just wisdom that you had to get in your body. It's meat that you needed to eat. So you are not those experiences, though. So don't allow them to blind you. Move forward and show the universe that you're ready for your life to be a reflection of the inner peace and inner healing that you have done. And healing is not an easy task. And by the end of the week, and I know this sounds super promising, but this is real life. Because of the fact that you decide to sit through it, it's short-lived. The storm is over. Because by the end of the week, the Nine of Wands is there. And like I said, it's not a warrior. It's a warrior in this card, but not wounded. And in every other deck, it's wounded. But I felt called to use this deck today for a damn reason. The Nine of Wands in this deck ain't wounded. Just a warrior. The Lovers is right there. With the sun in the back, I'm going to have to pay attention to the sun. The sun is symbolizing that there is a new day on the horizons. You're going to wake up and you're going to feel new. It's not anything, it's in you, but it's outside of you too. You'll see the difference of what you feel. And then when you align with your vibrational match, you align with your vibrational match. So once you get in alignment within yourself, you get in alignment outside of yourself. Then you're able to have a balanced relationship. You're able to have balanced connections and friendships and situations where things feel like equally give and take. You're able to finally get into a space of knowing your truth and honoring that truth and living and standing in that truth. And you're able to feel the fire and beauty from within. You're able to know that the universe didn't put you... Stop playing with me. I literally wasn't even going to pull any more cards. The sun is here. I told y'all the new day is already here. I wasn't going to pull no more cards, but I started to shuffle and this card fell right out. The sun card. I told y'all the sun was here. This is a new day. This is major arcana, guys. So this is here. Regardless of if you choose to align with the energy or not, that's your decision, because we all have free will here. But the energy is here of a new day. Heal those inner childhood wounds and trust that the divine is seeking you. And everything that you need is right here, and it's being provided to you piece by piece, stone by stone, brick by brick. You're building who you are. You are piece by piece chipping away at what society told you were supposed to be, and you're honoring and accepting who you are. You are love at a minimum. It's time. The healing that is taking place ain't nothing small. It's time. So let's get a sacred let's get a sacred rebels oracle. Oh no, that's way too many. Just one. I know y'all got a lot of messages for the water signs. We'll be here all day. Pandora's gifts. Number 45, which reduces to 9, which is the number of endings. Okay. There is a mythic woman, much maligned throughout history, whose name means all gifted. Pandora lives within us as our curious nature, yearning to conquer chaos, evil, and darkness with the light of knowledge. She is the hopeful voice of our soul that asks the questions and, in doing so, triggers the process that brings the answers. Wow. Sometimes it is through uncomfortable learning that we find our treasure. Pandora reminds us that the process of learning can take us to places that seem like the end of our world, and yet all is not lost. Even now, the light within you is stirring for new revelation, new life, and new adventure. Pandora is all gifted and all giving. Her presence invites you to forego your belief and judgment. Now is the time to surrender the misplaced guilt that you may have brought upon yourself or another, some terrible happening. It is time to let go of the shame-based belief in punishment. This is a belief that you deserve to be brought to task over any perceived imperfection, or that your natural human journey somehow renders you inadequate. Pandora frees the soul from such torment. This is her gift. The human journey necessarily involves learning through experience. There is no shame in your learning process. Pandora's presence is a sign of new time, a time to swap the notion of inherent shame for the acceptance of inherent divinity. From this moment on, how unstoppable you shall become. Sacred rebellion is happening within your soul as a powerful uprising towards liberation. You are breaking free from the weighty criticisms from the power games that bore you senseless, and from the insanity of sacrilegious priorities in this world. Dare to disobey anything and everything that is not divine. Pandora is the leader of your soul revolution. She defies the vicious judgments of history and all that has been said about her. She shrugs off misery, despair, and the weight of the world to recognize that she is the bearer of the truth and beautiful light of peace, comfort, hope, and reassurance. With her oracle comes the realization that you too are divinely defiant believer in hope, who shall cast off the works of anyone who seeks to torment you. As the shift takes place, you shall dare to look within your own being and find the light. You are being put on divine notice from the sacred feminine that there is a talent and ability within you that needs to be acknowledged. There is a worthy seed of something beautiful and necessary within you. If you choose to develop and express this seed step by step, wow, didn't I just say step by step, stone by stone, brick by brick? It will become an extraordinary light in your life and in the world. So poke your tongue out at the naysayers and turn your attention to the bright hope within. You were born to strut your soul stuff. Wow, water signs, that summed it up. Know that I love you guys, and know that you are bigger than any experience or circumstance that is presented within your life. They're meant to heal you, not to destroy you. I love you guys. I'm sending you so much positive energy. Please make sure you like this video. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you resonate. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.